Welcome back. So I've got, I went ahead and opened up another 10 photos so that we can start editing these. So, uh, same process as before, just working our way through these pictures, removing some of the distractions, remove bruise, maybe a little bit of the hair, a little bit of the flyaway. Not too much. I mean, there's not too much, but just a little bit in each photo. And that's what warrants, opening them up and just double checking to make sure also. Always I always do a pass on every photo just in case, because you never know. Taking a little bit of a closer look at them, double checking, making sure everything is how we want before we move into the next phase. So as you can tell, kind of from our previous steps that we've taken, my editing process, one that I've come up with, over the not decades of using Photoshop, it is very iterative. So it's not just one thing at a time. It is coming in, edit a little bit here, edit a little bit there. We did our color correction first. We're coming in, tweaking some of this, some of the finer details in here now. And we haven't worried about, the composition, the cropping, all of that we will do afterwards. But right now, I like to batch things. So that way, like right now, I'm focusing on removing any distractions from the photo. I'm not worried about adding anything to it. I'm not worried about doing any sort of edits other than just removing distractions from the photo itself. That way I can get in that mindset of this is what I'm looking for, because it is so monotonous, basically the same sort of thing over and over again. I know which things I'm looking for. I know that she has a bruise right around here on her leg, and I know I need to clean that up every single time. And so I'm not doing this and then adding a bunch of stuff and then going to the next photo and forgetting where something might be, which might sound simple, but you're working with hundreds and hundreds of photos at a time, especially if it's somebody who you haven't worked with before. You don't know where things are that they want to have edited. It is helpful. I've found it's just my own experience, and yours may be different. That's perfectly fine too. I found that it is very helpful to batch the process a lot. And that's why I do this the way I do. And a lot of times, before I started this channel to just record my process, I would still go through the process of editing everything. I just didn't record it. But, throw on a podcast, throw on a movie or something in the background. And because this can get monotonous, especially this part can get to be very monotonous. And so, just throw something on in the background. Listen to music, kind of depends on what your preference is. But that's all good. Nothing there. There we go. So these, right, obviously going to keep that in because that's part of the shot, the champagne pop. Bruise to remove. That one as well. Go. Actually, let me go ahead. That didn't like how that edited. So let me just shift a little bit. I think it has to do with the shadow there. There we go. And then Clean that up. And the next one. So yeah, I like to, that's where, well, I mean, one of the things I do as a content creator, I have my own history podcast. So if you are looking for something to listen to while you're editing, if you're editing your own shots, check out my show. Based on a true story is what it's called on any podcasting app. If you like history and movies, you talk about the real history behind movies. So it's a lot of fun. Go just clean up just a lot of this, we've nothing really groundbreaking here, just literally just the process of just going in and doing it. Let me get a little bit sample over here. It's going to be tough sampling there with the shadow. It's going to look weird, so I'm just that's why I'm sampling from the leg down below, some smoother skin to get. We have that little spot there to clean up. There's another one. This was one you can see a lot of these are the same. This is a great example of the timeliness and why I took a ton of shots, right? So this one, I just held the shutter down on my camera to just get the shot, because when you pop champagne, it's take a lot of shots and end up with just a couple of them, if you're lucky, where you see the champagne and movement and everything. I think we got some good ones here with this. So I'm happy with that. And it's worth taking all those shots in my mind to get the one that works. Shift to the lake again. Some of this is covered up by the champagne bubbles, which is fine, but we'll just clean this up. There we go. Save, and then this might be the last one in the batch where we do the same thing. Shift J to get to my spot, heal, get rid of some of this stuff on the ground, some of these little distractions here. And then clean up here. So this is the little bruise. That one is covered up by your hand. Good little spot here, a little bit there. Some of these I just know from being there, knowing the wind had affected makeup and mascara, and it does that sometimes. Or being in the desert, sweat and things like that can affect that as well. But all right, so great. So we have another 10 edited, and it's rinse and repeat for a lot of these moving on. But I'm going to end this video here. We'll let these documents save off, and then I'll load in some more for editing, and I will see you then.